There's something powerful about the moments right before sleep, when the noise of the day fades, when the world grows quiet and the mind starts to wander. For a woman, that's often when she thinks about the man who made her feel something, not the loudest, not the richest, but the one who understood how to speak to her soul in silence. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic confessions. It's about the quiet precision of words that linger. A single message, timed right, crafted right, can echo in her thoughts long after the screen fades to black dot. In this story, you'll discover 6 powerful goodnight messages that don't beg for attention, they earn it. Messages that plant seeds in her mind. Messages that make her pause, reread, and wonder why your words hit different. This isn't a guide to manipulation. It's a lesson in emotional presence. Because when you learn to speak from calm confidence and quiet intention, she won't just sleep thinking of you. She wake up wanting more. Chapter 1. The late night shift. Liam wasn't a player. He wasn't the overly confident, smooth-talking kind of guy. In fact, he was more the quiet observer, watching, thinking, and often overthinking. But that night, as the city lights bled through his apartment window and the hum of midnight traffic drifted through, his mind was completely elsewhere. On her. Alina. She was not just another girl. She was different. Warm eyes, sharp mind, and the kind of laughter that disarmed you. She challenged him, pushed back when most people stayed quiet, and yet there was a softness in her presence he couldn't ignore. They had been talking for a few weeks now, nothing official, but the connection was there, undeniable, and growing. And tonight, for some reason, he wanted to say the right thing before she fell asleep. Not something needy, not too cold, just something memorable. He opened the message box, paused for a moment, and began to type. Chapter 2. Message 1. Sleep well. My favorite thought of the day. He typed slowly, carefully. Sleep well. My favorite thought of the day. Simple, honest, no pressure. It subtly said you were on my mind, without needing a reply. She responded 3 minutes later. That's unfair. Now I'm smiling too much to sleep. He smiled. Message received. Chapter 3. Message 2. You make even silence feel full. The next night, they talked a bit longer, shared music, exchanged Netflix talked about random childhood memories. But as the hour grew later, a silence settled between their messages. Not an awkward one, but a warm kind. The kind that made you feel safe, even when no one was saying anything. He thought about that, and typed, you make even silence feel full. Good night. Again, no neediness, just an acknowledgement. A compliment, not just for her looks, but for how she made him feel. She replied, you have no idea how rare that is. Good night, Liam. She stayed online for 15 more minutes. He noticed she was thinking. Chapter 4. Message 3. If I could, I'd whisper this good night. There was a strange beauty in restraint, a kind of tension in what's not said. Stoics believed in mastering your emotions, not suppressing them, but choosing when and how to express them. Liam wanted to say he liked her, that her absence in his day was starting to feel heavier, but he didn't. Instead, he wrote, if I could, I'd whisper this good night instead of typing it. Alina didn't reply immediately this time, but the next morning, she sent a voice note, her voice, groggy but warm. Then I guess I'll whisper good morning. That was all it took to send a storm through Liam's calm exterior. Chapter 5. Message 4. Your name is my favorite part of today's ending. One of Liam's mentors once told him, don't chase love, cultivate depth. People are drawn to those who know how to be still in the chaos. He wasn't chasing Elena, he was simply being present, intentional. That night, as she mentioned being exhausted from a difficult day at work, he didn't try to fix it, he just listened. Then, after a pause, he sent, your name is my favorite part of today's ending. Sleep easy. Minutes passed, no reply. Then, you really know how to find the part of me no one else sees. Liam leaned back. It wasn't about seduction. It was about presence, letting her know she was seen. Chapter 6. Message 5. If dreams could be chosen, I'd choose you in mine. They were drifting into that unspoken phase somewhere between just talking and something more. Alina had started initiating more conversations, asking deeper questions, wanting to know about his regrets, his fears, his ambitions. It was as if they were both walking a tightrope between curiosity and vulnerability. That night, he decided to be slightly more poetic, but still emotionally composed. If dreams could be chosen, I'd choose you in mine. but I hope you sleep so peacefully, you don't need to dream. It was honest, romantic, without begging for attention. Olena took a while, then wrote, that was dangerously close to my heart's language. She sent a heart emoji, her first dot. Chapter 7. Message 6. Some nights aren't about sleep. They're about who you think of. It had been over a month. They weren't together, but there was certainly something. One night, Alina didn't text. She didn't even view his story. Liam felt the silence like a sudden winter, but he didn't spiral. He remembered Epictetus' words, seek not for events to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and your life will go smoothly. So he waited, then sent a message, not demanding, not accusing, just real. Some nights aren't about sleep. They're about who you think of. She replied 45 minutes later. I had a long day, but I was thinking of you too. Chapter 8. The morning after, by the time the sun rose, things were shifting. Not in loud declarations or desperate promises, but in quiet loyalty. These weren't just messages. They were emotional anchors, carefully crafted to linger in her mind, rooted in intention, not manipulation. And she was thinking about him, not because he chased her, not because he played mind games, but because he showed her presence, clarity, and calm emotion in a world that often confuses noise with love. Chapter 9. The truth behind the messages. Every message Liam sent was guided by a few simple, powerful principles: emotional honesty, never hiding feelings, but never drowning her in them; subtle impact, planting thoughts rather than pushing them; no expectation. He never needed a reply. He gave for the sake of connection, not control. Stillness over chasing. She was drawn to his grounded presence. Imagination, activation. His messages painted images, not just conveyed data. Confidence in absence. He trusted his silence just as much as his words. This was emotional intelligence at work, not manipulation, not sipping, just understanding what made meaningful. Presence unforgettable. Chapter 10. Final night. One night, Elena asked him a question. Do you always say the perfect thing at night? He replied, no, I just mean what I say. And I think of how I'd want someone to feel if I cared about them. Her voice note came moments later. Liam, if you ever stop sending me these messages, I don't think I'll sleep right again. He didn't reply instantly. He smiled, closed his eyes, and finally slept, knowing he had spoken not to impress her but to reach her. Outro. In a world chasing instant gratification, remember this: sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say less, but say it better. And if you say the right goodnight message, not from need, but from calm presence, she won't just think about you tonight. She'll remember how you made her feel, even in silence.